Hey everybody, this is Josh Johnson from Wisconsin, podcast 005. I'm not going to mess it up because I already did. We recorded like half of one.
Anyways, you really screwed up a lot.
Yeah.
So today I have Lauren, Karin. They are both from Mondovi, Levy area. And
we're not from Mondovi.
Yeah, we're from Oliva.
True that. So, both Oliva graduates?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I messed up again.
Are you from Mondovi?
No, I'm not actually.
Where are you from?
Turtle Lake.
Oh, sheesh.
Sheesh.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Learned something new.
Proud graduate, class 2006.
Dang, you're old.
I was born in 03.
Oh, shit.
You were what?
I was born in 03.
I was in high school in 03.
That's funny. Okay.
Jeez. 03.
Let's do it.
That's crazy. No, I'm like thinking like, so you were 4 years old when I joined the Army.
Now look.
Jeepers.
So where were you at 2009, 2010? How old then?
I don't do
6,
math.
7?
We went to
So you were first grade?
Yeah, literally when I was thinking, I'm like, I don't do math. I just told you where I came. No, I'm just kidding.
I was deployed when you guys were in first grade.
Hey, thanks
That's
for your
crazy.
service.
Yeah,
For real.
thanks.
That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. Well. What's that? Anyways, so you guys are both business owners,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Lauren, I'll let you go ahead and say about your business.
Okay. In 2020, well, actually, you know what?
I just can't think of how I screwed
know.
up.
I know. I'm just praying to God we're recording. Check.
Can I get a record check? Record check 1, 2.
Okay. Anyways,
Well,
don't even start.
home no. Okay. Hey. Tiger Woods golf clap.
The clapping.
Oh yeah. Oh wait a minute. Yeah. No. There.
Oh, good Lord.
That's all I got.
Okay. Anyways, and I say that we started in October of 2020 because that's the first month I dropped off a dumpster. Though prior we had like a very roller coaster type deal going on with the dumpsters in the business, but
Did you start your own or did you buy from somebody?
nope, we started brand new.
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't purchase a business and take it over. Okay.
No, yeah. So that's what me and my dad own a roll-off company. He also owns a construction company. That's J&J Construction. If you ever want to build a house.
J&J Construction. There's a little plug out of Oliva.
Yep.
I want to make sure I get that right so you guys don't crucify me.
No, but yeah, he always kind of was interested in dumpsters and roll-offs and stuff like that.
Because he's seen the value of it during his construction business, needing it.
Yeah.
Right? I'm
Yep.
guessing.
Every construction job he does now, I provide the dumpster for him. So it kind of
look at
works hand in
that.
hand. Yeah.
But he owns both, so it.
Yeah.
Why
But
not? Why wouldn't you?
yeah, so that's when we started in October 2022. And just continue to grow.
That's cool. And how many dumpsters did you start with? Roll-offs.
12,
12, and you're at.
34.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I will say, we've used Lauren and her dad's dumpster business for both personal use and for my work, and they're always like spotless, completely nice. They're not all rusted to hell. I think I found one little toy item. It was like a Nemo in the one, but like the dumpster was clean, everything, like you don't have flies going around. It's super nice. So
Yeah.
hats off to you guys.
There's definitely times where I have boxes like at a house and they're cleaning it out and then there'd be like obviously they're trash from the garbage or whatever and it can be really nasty. So
Do you wash them every time?
no, we don't
Really?
wash them. I usually sweep them and stuff like that because that really does it.
Mm-hmm.
If you just sweep it, or in the winter, I'll shovel it out too.
Sure. So you guys go by weight, right? Mm-hmm. So does like snow and stuff get added?
Well, like if they're sitting at home or whatever, the yard, I guess. They'll get snow piled up in there, and I honestly put it on my dump truck and I lift
Yep.
it all the way up, and then I open the door and then lift it up, and then I take a roof rake
Yep.
and just pull it
Oh,
out.
that's nice.
And usually it'll come right out, but sometimes it doesn't go that
Yep.
well.
Yep. So, Karen, you have a
I-
business?
Yep. I own Maze Boutique in Mondovi and then 133 South Event Center in Mondovi as well.
Which we're currently in.
Yep.
It's a very nice center. We've had my boy's birthday party here before you owned it, but it's
Yeah.
still the same old thing.
Yep.
How many? Do you know how many people you can fit in here?
I'd say probably 40, 30.
40, 50?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something.
And it's like very open, very nice. It has a kitchen, bathroom. Just especially for the area,
Yeah.
like without going to Eau Claire and stuff. Like
Yeah.
you got something that's
Mm-hmm.
usually not around. So I mean, I don't think there's one besides like a Legion or stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like for like a cool place.
Yeah. It's very
really
unique
nice.
in here.
Absolutely. And you bought that recently, right?
Yeah, I just bought it December 1st.
December 1st. Wow.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what's your plans? Are you going to keep it event center or
For now.
for now
But yeah,
exploring other things?
Yeah.
Cool.
other options.
Cool. So did COVID, we talked a little bit on the first try. Did COVID affect your business at all?
Not too much, because we started. I feel like it didn't really affect it that much. It's hard to know.
Yeah.
To really think back that far, because it's been a while.
Do you notice a difference between, well, I suppose you're into the business now, but do you see like a big difference between when you started it now as far as like demand or like what people were putting in?
Probably like the same.
The same.
honestly.
I didn't know if you get more construction now that COVID's kind of slowed down, and you had more trash or something before. Like people were at home more.
No, not really, but it's kind of off. But even with my dad for construction, when COVID was happening,
Yep.
you couldn't get cabinets for like 6 months. You couldn't get this for 6 months.
Yeah.
Everything was so backed up.
Recorded.
So that kind of maybe did, but I don't really think so.
No.
No.
Did it? Well, you didn't.
Yeah, I wasn't. I mean,
You didn't own the business during COVID.
no, I didn't have Maze. Yeah, Maze wasn't even that.
What?
Yeah.
We need to get her a mic. Do you agree? Can
Yes.
we vote on that?
Yeah.
Because she adds value. She adds
Yeah.
value to the podcast, and she doesn't want to be on. What? She's my autocorrect.
That's funny.
No, but like with shipping and everything, it's never affected me
No?
so far. Let's hope
So-
it stays that way, but
Knock
Yeah.
on wood.
yeah.
So if you order something, you're
It's
still
here within, it comes very fast for me, which
Sure.
is surprising, but
sure.
yeah, I've never had issues with anything so far.
Well, that's good. That's very good. Everything's like deja vu because we just did
Yeah,
this.
I know.
and
I'm like,
I didn't hit record,
I don't
but
even want to say it again. I feel weird.
I know, I feel like I'm just.
we're getting through the first motions.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about Country Jam.
Yeah. So last year I styled Skylar Witt for Country Jam, the announcer. She goes on stage during intermission or whatever. And now this year I'm going to be a vendor at Country Jam.
So she's an announcer.
Yep. She's the announcer for.
How did she get that gig?
How did she do it?
Yeah. Because you said she's from Altoona,
Yeah.
but lives in California
Yeah. So
now.
she was Miss Wisconsin.
Okay.
And then I don't really.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know either.
I guess I don't
Well,
really.
maybe if we give her a little shout out, we can get her on the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Skylar, if you're listening,
Yes.
please do a
Hello.
podcast. Join
During
us.
when Country Jam comes around, she's usually here,
Yeah.
right?
She. Yep.
Yeah,
Country Jam,
That'd
she is.
be cool.
Yeah.
I'm just a nice guy who wants to get to know you.
Aaron's like, hey.
It's like pepperoni pizza.
Wow, that looks really good.
My beautiful pregnant girlfriend is off camera here eating pizza,
Jealous.
and
of
yeah,
the-
we're all kind of drooling.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh.
But
So this
Well, like-
our podcast just became 10 minutes. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Literally. Anywho.
yeah, we were talking about.
Oh, Country Jam.
Yep.
So you're gonna be a vendor.
Yep.
What? I mean, it's kind of obvious. A vendor is you're gonna sell your merchandise.
Yep.
So
Yep.
how'd you get that then?
It was actually just because of me styling Skylar last year.
That's cool.
She must have, or someone must have said something that they liked the clothes so much that she was wearing, and then I actually had Country Jam reach out to me and ask for me to be a vendor.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. And I can't remember if we talked about it, but how did you get in touch with Skylar?
I just emailed her. I don't know. I just went for it. Sent her this email telling her like, "Hey, my name's Karen Iverson. I grew up in Oliva, but now I have a store in Mondovi, and I'd just love to style you for Country Jam."
So you knew she was going to be the announcer?
Yeah.
How'd you know that?
I don't
She
really.
had pen, I felt like.
Yeah, she was.
Oh, she was
yeah,
before.
the year
Okay.
prior, and I think I like recognized because she always changes outfits. Like,
Sure.
so each time she comes out, she's wearing a different outfit.
So how many outfits did she wear then?
She wore more than I thought last year. At first, it was only going to be like 1 or 2 outfits, but
Yeah.
then it was like 4 or 5. It was quite a bit.
So you had like a full-time gig. I'm guessing you were back there.
No, I didn't. No,
didn't
she
know?
just, yeah, she came to the store before and
Okay.
got all the clothes and
That's
packed
cool.
it with
That'd
her.
be cool, though, if you could have gone back
Yeah,
there.
that
That's
literally.
what I'm saying. So yeah, Skylar, if you're watching, like,
Yeah.
hook 2 of us up here and
Yeah.
get the girl backstage and
Yeah,
do a
literally.
podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do it even at Jam, like
Yeah,
before
that would be cool.
before the stuff starts going. Like do a podcast with
Yeah.
her and
That would
maybe
be
some
cool.
friends and stuff. But
That would be cool.
Yeah, she met Dustin Lynch last year, and she was
Really?
wearing a dress for my store, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool."
is that the one that's?
That's hanging up in the
That's
store.
Dustin
Yep.
Lynch.
Yep.
I guess I know names, not
Yep.
you know the faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dustin, if you're not listening, but
Shoot, very unlikely, but
yeah. Well, that's cool. So I know both you gals like hunting, correct?
yep.
How'd you guys get into hunting?
My brother,
Your brother?
my family, yeah.
Yourself?
My dad.
Your dad? Your dad's a big hunter?
Yeah, my family. We have a cabin south of Oliva there a little ways. We have land out there. We all
That's nice.
stay out there during deer hunting.
That's cool. It's nice. Me and Greg from Lethal Archery, we were talking about the family camaraderie.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know, like, you guys being a little bit younger, what it was like. But I'm sure it was still, like, back takes and stuff, right, when
Yep,
you guys started?
I remember the back takes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
I
do
do
you-
too.
What do you guys like better, the way it is now or the way it was back then?
I like it back then, I guess, just because you would like go to the gas station and you'd see the people's deer back there. Now it's just like, oh, people can go home and not show it off. I mean, they still go down and show it off.
If
but
it's big enough, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
It
you'd
was
see
still-
somebody's first spike buck. or-
Yeah, it would be cool to watch that.
The
but
stories. It's the stories
Yeah.
that matter, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Drink a little beer and act like you're somebody and
Yeah.
tell
Yeah.
the stories.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think, and some of it too is like social media. And I feel like you're hunting, but you're going like this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Lord knows what we miss looking at our phones. But I know you're like, oh, that person got their first buck. Oh, look at this person got
Yeah,
a big
it's
buck.
more on social
Yeah.
media than.
It's like the
Yeah.
brag board.
Mhm.
I feel like it kind of takes away,
Yeah.
I think, a little bit too of your own hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're,
I think like it's like, oh my gosh, I have to shoot this big deer.
Yeah.
Because if I'm putting it on the internet, people are gonna be like this. But it's like really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because you're
It's the
just trying to have
story.
fun and yeah.
that's what it's about. I mean, I think this year was probably my funnest year ever hunting. And I think I just kind of stepped back and really appreciated life and appreciated being out there. And
Was it you took your son?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
with
that
my
was
dad
cool.
having cancer and stuff, you just really soak up those moments.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I shot a buck with 3 inches on one side and 4 inches on the other. Didn't even know it was one, but shot some does. And then when Liam was out, I thought it was a doe, but it was a fawn.
Oh well. You had fun.
I was like, yeah.
Oops.
But man, that's a hunt that I'll never ever forget.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so we we're gonna we took the other buck though, and we're gonna do something with that.
That'll
You know,
be
me
cool.
and him or something. But
Yeah, that's good. Something he won't ever forget either. That's true.
Yeah.
yeah, I hope so. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
I remember when I was little, my dad he'd tie a string, so I'd be at the bottom of his tree stand. It was like wooden stand, and he tied a string to my Elmer Fudd hat, and then I'd be sleeping, and if deer were coming, he'd pop it up on my head, and then boom.
That is funny.
That is funny.
So,
That's cute.
but it's just stuff like that, you know,
Yeah.
you'll never ever forget.
Yeah.
I agree.
I remember shooting my first deer. My dad was with me, and I'm like, "Oh my God, there's black!" I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. And then my dad's like, "No, it's not. There's no deer out there. Like you're crazy." And I just shot it. I was like, "I don't care. I'm gonna shoot it. I see it." And sure enough, I shot it. And he goes, "Oh wow, there actually was a deer. Really?"
That is funny.
You know what I think is kind of humorous is that, like, especially like those first opening mornings, and you're out there and it's dark and it starts to get lighter, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, is that a deer? Is that a deer?" And then the light finally like comes on,
Yeah.
and like half hour later, you're like, "Oh my God, that was a maple tree."
It's so
like
crazy.
a huge
what,
one or
what
a
comes
little
up.
one.
Yeah.
I agree. My eyes are always messed. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. You always just sit and stare, and then you think that it moves or something. Yeah.
Yep. The first deer I ever shot, I bawled my eyes out, and my dad's like,
Oh.
"Are you okay?" I was like, "I'm just so excited."
Oh, you were excited.
I remember that. Yep.
I'm sure he does too.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were driving home the other day, and I was like, "Oh, I think that's a deer up in the road." And here it was literally a wet spot on the blacktop,
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
and she's shaking
She's
her
like,
head.
what the heck?
Big buck, big buck, big buck. What's that?
Is that deer gonna have antlers, or you just think it's a huge buck?
Everything. That's my joke.
Hey, I just want to appreciate the second that you're so excited about having a girl baby.
Oh,
It's so cute.
yeah. So me and Erin are expecting, and well, we are, and it's a baby girl, and I am just so excited. Like, I see stuff at your store, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah,
"Hey,
you just
Lauren, Look at the little hey dudes," and
You just wait.
she wants to dress her up, and I'm excited for people to pamper her, and I feel bad kind of for Liam because he's got rules, and I'm like, well, you can learn by hurting yourself, and he'll get back up, and I'm gonna be like, no, don't do that. And, you want Cheetos after you brush your teeth? I don't care. Like, she's
Do
gonna
it.
get away with everything. Everything.
We'll see, she says. That's funny. I love it.
Yes. So we're doing August. Do you guys have any name suggestions?
No, do you guys have names?
No, we have some names that we've talked about, a couple. But so our dogs are Scout, Stetson, and Stevie. So it's like an S thing. So some people have said, like, we got to do another L because my boy's name is Liam.
Yeah.
Lauren.
Oh, daggum.
That's me.
Share names on there. Well, we can tell them later, but don't say on podcast.
Sure, we won't say.
Okay.
But you don't have any suggestions?
For
A girl.
you want like
And she's like hippie, so remember that.
oh god.
Like if you said Sedona, she'd be like, Sedona. No.
What about Stella? Oh.
You just hear Aaron yelling in the background for this whole podcast.
No.
I told that man Stella 5 times now.
That's funny. Huh, I don't know. I'm not very good at names, honestly.
No?
No. You got any?
No.
Nothing?
I don't know.
You're going to be like texting
It has to
Aaron.
be like S or L.
No. Not another ass name. God, no.
Oh, okay.
But
An
like,
L.
well, it doesn't have to be, but what's your idea on keeping it an L? Yay or nay,
I don't
or
know.
just do your own thing?
I feel like just doing your own thing. As long
Yeah.
as it rings together. I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Because I've heard, like, 2 L names are a coincidence, and 3 is on purpose. So I'm like, well, if we have another kid, would I have to be L again?
Yeah. Wait a minute, another kid?
Yeah.
You never know.
She's been pretty sick and miserable this whole
Oh.
pregnancy, so
You want to talk about their schooling?
get a microphone, dude.
Aaron's like, stop talking about me.
So, yeah.
You're right.
So schooling with your businesses.
Aaron's like, just please stop talking about me.
That
Do
is funny.
you guys have any school besides high school?
No.
No.
I'm kidding.
Tell us.
I was like, what? You
She's
just
like,
said a
"I'm not
different
a
story
loser."
20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
All the dropouts have podcasts.
Stop it. That's funny. I went to UW Stout. Actually, I was gonna go right straight to the tech, but then I was
What
like,
tech?
Eau Claire.
Eau Claire.
And I literally applied to Stout like last minute. And I was like, well, whatever. I'm just going to try it. So I did. Don't
You-
regret it. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Met a lot of great people. But I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I'm pretty sure I first did liberal arts. So it's just nothing. Like you don't
I was
know.
like, what is liberal arts?
Yeah, it's like, your generals and stuff like
Oh.
that, which you have to do anyways, which I think is,
Where do they get their names? Liberal arts.
yeah, I don't know. But anywho, I was there for 2.5 years. What?
I just had a quick.
I know, I was like,
I'm terrible at cutting
What?
people off. I just had a quick fact though.
What?
Do you know why sand is called sand?
Why?
Because it's between the sea and the land. S
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah.
oh my goodness.
That's funny. Anywho,
Sorry about that. Obviously, I have no college. You can tell that.
It's okay, me either.
okay, I transferred, then after 2.5 years of college.
So did you just do liberal arts? the
No.
whole time? So what'd you?
Oh, first I went into construction management, and then I thought about law enforcement, and then I did supply chain management. But with the supply chain management, I double majored in business and supply chain management.
So is that good? Like
It was hard.
double major?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, cool, but
What is double major like?
you just get two.
So you did
Business.
twice the work? Like you literally did 2 degrees, or is it you got the tag off of some and
Well,
put it towards another one?
business and supply chain management work hand in hand.
Okay.
So a lot of the credits worked hand in hand. And
So you didn't have to do a full another degree.
Yeah.
You were able to take some.
right.
Okay.
But then, I still didn't really know what I wanted to do. Didn't want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars
Yep.
when I was so unsure. So then I transferred to the tech and did all online. And then that's when I also started the roll-off company. So I did it both.
What'd you like more?
I
The
liked
stout life or the tech life? The UW life or the tech life? Did you live at campus? Yeah.
Yep.
What was fun? More fun? What was funners?
More fun. Well, I didn't even go to the technical college one time because I did
was
it all
all
online. So I was just at home.
You gotta be super disciplined.
Ugh. Yeah. I don't like schooling.
No?
College. Not for me. Mm-mm.
It's recording and we're 25 minutes in.
Good deal.
Corin's
You
like,
made
why
it
is he
farther."
freaking looking at
I
that
was like-
thing again?
Oh, good gosh.
No. Yeah,
Yeah.
but you gotta be super disciplined. I mean, I tried a little bit of college when I was in the military, and I'm not exaggerating at all. I just didn't understand it. They were like, "You have an assignment," and then all of a sudden there's yeah, that's it. You have an assignment. Like, what? What is this homework?
What is that?
Bull. BS.
That's funny.
Dad, they said I have homework. I'm not in high school. No. But they'd say oh, you have this through this, and then I'd have to go online and register into this site and do some through this, and then you have another one over here, and it was so confusing.
Yeah.
And that was one class, and I dropped out. I was like, no,
Not for me.
not for me.
But that's okay. I don't even think, honestly, right now with what I'm doing,
Yeah.
don't have to have college.
Yeah, true.
I mean, it's nice to have it, but I don't.
Don't you feel like it applies though some days, or no?
Yeah, I mean, it does, but
Not as
I
much
think
as
I learn a lot more from my parents than I do from school.
Yeah, I think that I'd be the same way.
Well, my dad's always like, "You're the college kid," and I'm like, So, like, okay.
Yeah. How about you then? Do you?
I never went to college. I was supposed to go to Wyotech in Wyoming for auto body and collision, so totally different
Yeah.
than what I'm
totally
doing.
different.
Yeah, but then I seen actually Tally Berger. She Cardinal Manufacturing.
Yep.
She was a teacher there. She sent me the listing that Haley, the person that had the store before me, was selling out all of her stuff, and I was like, oh, maybe I could go there and get some stuff for like my garage sales because I have a lot of clothes. And then I went there, and then I'm like, well, this is such a cool building. Like maybe I want to start my own store. And then, yeah,
You started it.
it was just right then and there. Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
That's so cool.
yeah.
And now you have this place too. So, so have you just been like self-taught then your business as far as like ordering and
Yeah,
taxes
it was-
and all that?
All myself. My mom helps me with my taxes because I'm not good on that part. But yeah,
But
starting
that's
out.
good. I mean, you have a resource there, and luckily
Yeah.
it's close to you, and you get it done, so it's done right.
Yeah, starting out, I had no idea. Like, not a clue. And my mom was like, no, you're not getting, why would you do this? You have no idea. Like, whatever. And I'm like, yes, I'll figure it out. Like, whatever. So I had to figure everything out. And then my friend from Phillips, Brooke, she owns like a graphic tee shirt.
Sure.
So she like knows more about that stuff.
Ordering
so she,
and whatnot.
yeah, so she helped me like with what I needed to apply for, like my LLC, like all that, like the hard copy stuff that you need
Yeah.
to, yeah, and then she gave me like wholesale websites to go after, but other than that, I basically, yeah,
Just self-taught.
yep, everything.
Now, do you feel like you're, like, I'm sure when you started, you're like, I want to be here in a year.
Yeah, I honestly, I didn't even know what to expect because I had no idea, like, anything, and
I felt like when you first started, it felt like you were ordering so much, and then when you got it in the store, it was like
No.
not enough.
it was never
Oh,
enough.
sure.
Never.
Yeah, like it doesn't fill the store.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would order so much stuff, and then the next day it would be like gone. I'm like,
That's
I
good,
just,
though.
yeah, like I didn't know how much stuff I needed
Sure.
to order, and I just was always so scared. I'm like, oh well, people even like this, or what the heck?
Sit on it forever,
Yeah.
or will it go out the door right away?
And it's crazy to think I've had the store for a little over a year, and I don't have anything from when I first started the store. I have like 1 or 2 items from when
Sure.
I first opened that I have, but other than
Everything's
that,
went-
everything's been going super good.
And I feel like it's challenging too in an environment like this. Like, I mean, you got some local establishments too that have been here, or
Yeah.
somebody knows them, or their
Yep.
family, and then I feel like that eliminates X amount percentage of your possible customers that
Yeah.
are gone just because they're related to the people across the street that have
Yep.
a boutique or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely, I don't know, Mondovi's been super good to me, and all the businesses have been super good. It doesn't feel like a competition really anymore, but when I first moved here, I was so scared, like, with all the people that like the locker room
Yep.
and Triple T's, like, they've been here for so
Yep.
long.
I,
Like,
I think everybody
we all do our own thing.
different kinda
and that's
thing.
the nice thing. Like, I have separate, like, I have cans, and then like Triple T has like Judy blue jeans. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like we just try to like say our separate things and do our own thing. So it's super nice.
Which is respectable.
Yeah.
For sure. Can we talk about Texas Roadhouse for a second here?
Stop it, because I want some right now.
What?
Is the wait worth it?
Yeah.
Yes.
You've never been?
I have.
I was
Oh.
good. I was like, wait,
We're
what?
going right
Wait.
now.
I mean, the pizza's got me thinking about food and stuff. But like, it's like an hour wait.
Oh, it's so good.
So, well, here's the deal. This is a trick.
Get a mic or stop talking.
It depends on when you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've learned that
I was
you
joking,
like
by the way.
you like call in, like you want, a reservation, and
Yeah.
then you're not supposed to text like here until
Yeah.
you're there. But I always do it like
Early.
way before,
Right before.
Yep.
and then you get there and like
They're going to hear this. I'm going to put at Texas Roadhouse.
no.
And they'll be like, oh my
Have
gosh.
shorter wait times.
Well, here's the thing: is I'm sure we're not the only ones.
Yeah. So there's ways. There's ways around it. But like, I mean, there's, what do you call it? The rolls?
Oh,
Buns,
I mean, that's like,
so good.
and there's nothing like it.
No,
Everybody here's like, oh, no,
Let's
you're
go.
absolutely for real. Like, I'd mess them up right now.
I love Texturas.
So it's worth the wait.
Oh, so good.
What's your guys' favorite thing to get there?
8-ounce sirloin.
Sirloin.
With 2
Is that
loaded
the
baked
medallion?
potatoes.
Is the medallion?
Baked potatoes.
Oh yeah, I get 2 baked
Get
potatoes.
her a mic already.
Yeah.
She's
They're
on the
good.
next podcast.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I will say their house salads, their ranch. Do you like ranch?
Did you say wanch?
Ranch.
Did she say wanch? Like Bugs Bunny? Wanch. Aaron's like, no, she didn't.
Thank you, Aaron.
I thought it sounded like
didn't even-
wanch.
Yeah.
Stop. I used to talk like that.
Like when you were 2.
She had speech.
I did
You
have a
did?
speech
class.
impediment.
Oh, shoot, I'm sorry.
Don't make fun of me.
Dad passed the wanch.
Oh, that is funny.
I'm sure your brother picked on you for that.
Oh, he still does.
You had a speech impediment?
Yeah.
For real?
Couldn't even say my dog's own name.
Which is?
It was Lassie, and I would always say Assy. couldn't say her name.
Yeah. That's
Her
funny.
mom and dad are walking around bleeping out her asses.
Yeah, I would always like tell people, "Oh yeah, my dog Assy," and my mom's like, "It's Lassie." Like,
Correcting
That is
it.
hilarious.
Jeez. So you have pets then?
yeah, I have.
Pets?
Yeah, I have a dog, Bandit. He's
A
a little
dog.
turd, but
What kind?
Australian Shepherd.
Is that a
and
Lassie brand?
Collie.
Collie.
I think Lassie is like isn't that straight collie? That's what.
How about you? Do you have any pets?
I got Miller. He's a golden doodle.
Which is her sidekick in her work truck.
Yeah, he rides around with me. Actually, one time, it was freezing cold in the winter at the landfill, and he locked me out of my
I remember
truck.
you telling me about that.
Yeah.
I had to pick him up at that car place.
Yeah, because he
Why?
puked in my truck. And he
yeah.
wouldn't stop puking, so I called car and come pick him up.
Like you,
I was
Maybe-
so
I
mad.
know
maybe
I
he had
picked
too
him
many
up one time.
Millers the night before.
Literally.
But I know you can't see it because you're obviously driving. But if I know it's you, I'll record it for you the next time and send it to you. But you got Lauren in her hat with her reflective jacket, and she's always smiling. She's like, and then you got Miller who's like,
Literally.
but you guys are like the same height in the truck.
Because he's huge, I know.
And so he's a golden doodle.
Golden doodle.
And he's like bigger,
Yeah.
and he's just like, hey guys.
Literally.
Like he
He's
just
short.
looks baked out of his mind.
We got Hank, too.
Hank,
We can't leave out Waylon either.
Yeah.
Waylon. And
We
he's
love
a Red
Waylon.
Fox lab, right?
Yep.
Red Fox.
And then Hank is,
Bernie's Mountain Dog.
so he's probably pretty big by now.
Oh, God.
But isn't Bernese Mountain Dogs white?
No. Black.
Great Pyrenees. So is it like the same principle, like a guard dog, kind of like a cat or a livestock?
Aaron, bring Stevie here.
Yeah.
Please.
So, yeah.
I want to hold her up like
So camera line's right about here, okay? Here.
Stevie.
Stevie just got her diaper on. Oh, look at her. She hates her life.
Here.
She can stay on the table if you guys pet her.
Don't be so
So
still.
for the record, she has a diaper on because she went into heat
It's that time
and
of month.
she's leaking a little bit. It's kind of gross.
Okay. I accidentally stepped on her earlier today. Bad time.
So I guess the story behind Stevie is Erin had a dog just like this when she was little.
Oh.
And she lost her dad when she was 13, right? And I think it kind of reminds her a little bit. And so she found this one and sent it to me, and I was like, no.
She sent it to me, and I told her to just go get it and not tell you
And
until you got home. So
And I should correct it. I didn't say no because we don't tell each other no. It's just like something we don't do. But we could say, I'd really like for you to think about where I'm coming from and stuff like that.
Oh, that is good advice.
jeez.
So I thought of it too.
Wow,
Yeah.
I like that.
So we don't tell each other no. We just say, I really hope you think about everything. And if you really have your heart set on this, then okay. But just know how I feel too. And so I was like, like my heart kind of changed a little bit on the fact of like doing something for her because I have a son and And she does do a lot for both of us. She's a great, we call it bonus mom, or she's not his mom. He only has one, but an additional
Yes.
parent in the life. And so I did want to unselfishly do something. So my job currently for another week is maintenance manager. And so I have contractors that work for the company at times, and I got a company out of like Wisconsin Rapids, and one guy lives up by where Stevie was from.
Oh.
And so I said, and I knew he was kind of laid off for like that week or two, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "About to work on my house." He just bought a house. It's like a total fixer-upper, and I was like, "I'm trying to pull off this surprise for Aaron. Is there any way?" Because I paid for the dog via Venmo already. And I was like, is there any way you would want to pick it up and I'll pay you to bring it to me? Like, meet us in Northfield. And it was just a very...
Oh, no, I gotta go.
No, you're good. Yeah. And it was a very challenging day. I think it was a very long day. I think Liam had hockey. She had to go get him. I was trying to put a tractor in storage. And it wasn't starting, and finally, so it kind of worked out perfectly because he's like, I'm like 10 minutes away, and I'm trying to literally wrap it up with the guy that I put the tractor in storage with, like, okay, yep, sounds good, I gotta go. And so I was like, hey, you're gonna be mad, but we gotta go get a part from my cousin. He's gonna bring it down to Northfield. She's like, why? And I mean, she was just, because I already told her no, and she was just at her wit's end with it. Huh? She was pissed. Like, don't look at me. Don't talk to me. And it was like the most
I would
intense.
so do that.
Intense.
Me too.
She was just pissed at me because, I didn't understand. And so we kind of had this planned out, but how we were going to do it. And so I back into the gas station, and I was like, is that Gloves? That's his nickname because he's always got gloves on him. And she's like, what? She kind of peeks up. I was like, Gloves, what are you doing? He's like, hey, man, what's up, dude? I just got a dog. And Aaron's like, you got a dog? and she still did not know at all. And he's like, yeah, I got a dog here. I was like, let me see it. I'm like, Aaron, did you see that? He's got a dog. And so then he picks it up, and she's like, oh, my gosh. I'm like, and then she's like looking at me, and I'm like, and she's like, this is mine?
Oh, my gosh.
And she just starts, she's a cry fest anyways, but she just starts sobbing. And I had it all on video and stuff. But
That's adorable.
so I really dislike this dog
Oh.
because it's starting over again, and we just finally kind of got our house right with the dogs. And
Yeah.
but look at her. I mean, she's pretty easygoing, and I do love her snuggles. I do love her snuggles. She's very snuggly, and just my dogs that we previously had are German short hairs, and there's a purpose behind them,
Yeah.
and that's really what I love. But honestly, I can't train my dogs for anything, but a dog that's just mild like this compared to my crazy hyper dogs, that'd be super nice.
Yeah. Look at her. She's just like,
She's showing off because she knows she's on camera.
that
right
was
at the camera.
That was good timing.
Mom, come get me. Come get me. What's your guys' dream dog? If you could have any dog.
Saint Bernard.
You have all the land you could think of. You have big fenced, high fence. You could
Saint
do
Bernard.
anything. She's like, did you hear me?
Yeah.
Saint Bernard. Why so?
I don't know. I love big dogs.
Really?
Big ones. Oh, yeah. I've just always wanted one my whole life. Okay, that's enough.
No. Karin, yourself?
I want a bulldog. I love them. I don't know. I love them.
The girl who says I don't want to be on the podcast has been on the podcast the whole time. She's
Yeah.
like, me too, bulldog. What would you name your bulldog?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I didn't think about it.
You don't have a name picked out for your... Mm-mm. Do you go for the long name?
Probably
or do you...
Smokey, because then I have Smokey and Bandit.
Oh,
I'm big on one.
Cargill. How about you?
I don't know. Not sure.
You should name a guy.
Guy?
Guy. If it's a guy.
I don't
Guy.
think so.
Guy, get over here. Come on, guy.
I know. I always
Buddy.
practice yelling like, "Hey."
You do too. Like if I'm pissed off, it's like my boy, Liam, done. If you don't get, that's why I always say it's got to be one syllable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. Like I didn't name her, but Scout. Well, we won't do Stetsons, but
I was like,
but it's a good like
Stevie?
commanding name. Gus.
I just feel like I got a
Toad.
good commanding voice. so-
Gus.
Gus and Toad. Like you can holler.
Yeah, I'm a good hollerer. I'm just
I'd
loud.
probably be scared. Yeah.
No.
How old are your dogs?
Gall.
Golly.
I got Miller when I was a junior in high school.
Oh yeah.
Maybe like 7 or 8. 7, I think.
Miller's 7 or 8.
Hank is going to be 1 in
Oh, he's not 1 yet.
April.
He's not 1 yet. How do you know how big he is?
At 8 months, he was 86
Oh,
pounds.
jeez.
I know. Large.
So he doesn't like. Well, he probably could still fit in the back seat, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He fits back there.
That's where he stays, though.
No, he's been in the front seat lately. So, yeah. He's just curled up in there. Hi, pal. Hi.
How many dogs would you have if you could? All
Oh.
of them?
No.
I was gonna say
No.
all of them.
Somebody-
dogs.
If someone dropped off a bunch of dogs, I would definitely take them in. But by choice, 2 dogs at one time for me is just like a lot.
Yeah. Like, but I mean, if you had like a facility,
Then I'd have a lot of them.
right, and they're like self-fed, self-watered, easy peasy,
Oh, yeah.
have
All
them
of
all.
them.
All of them. Yeah.
So
I
your
would.
heart says yes, your mind says no. Mm-hmm. That's fair though.
If you ask my mom, she's probably, if you dropped a semi-load down at the bottom of the driveway, she would have them all in her house.
So, if I'm not mistaken, your brother told me one time about a story about he had a collar on Waylon,
Oh yeah.
and somebody thought they'd be nice. Your grandpa?
No, it was, yeah, one of our family friends, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, took Waylon for a ride. Did you hear about this? Took Waylon for a ride. Didn't
So-
know his shock collar was on.
No, it's his home radius shot
Yeah.
collar. So he just busting down the driveway.
Yeah, and they couldn't even get down the driveway, and he started like screaming, and then they turned back around, and his neck was all. I felt so bad for him.
But they didn't know, and they're
They
just
had
like,
no idea.
what-
Calvin was so mad.
Calvin was racing, right?
Yeah, we were
Like-
in Arizona,
yeah.
I think.
He said Arizona, Texas, and like, oh, I'm gonna go spoil this dog, and we're gonna go for a joyride.
Yeah,
And just-
they didn't know. Yeah, I felt so bad for Waylon.
So if you're there trying to help your friend's
Must
dog,
be a reason he doesn't wear no collar anymore.
Yeah, no.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He doesn't run away or nothing. any
Why doesn't he
longer.
wear a collar?
Why? It's not
Because
my
he's
fault.
chubby.
Because what?
He's got a little thick.
We were at the vet, so I had Bandit there, and then Calvin had Waylon. And the vet, like, I was sitting in the waiting room, and I could hear Calvin and Waylon like walk up to the scale, and Calvin goes, "Oh, is that good?" And the girl goes, "No, he's obese." And Calvin's like, "Did you just call my dog fat?" Like, what? I was just laughing in the other room.
I'll never forget when we were at the Dollar General. We ran into him there and outside, and I think we had one of the dogs with or whatever. And he's like, "Hey, you want some?" I was like, "Hey, no, they don't get human food." And he's like, "What?"
Yeah,
And he's
we-
like, I say, I go to he goes, I go to Arby's drive-thru and I get a double ham and cheese. Waylon gets a double ham and cheese.
Yes,
And
both
so
of our dogs.
So I tried it, I think, that night, and I think they had the poops pretty bad. And I was like, Kelvin was a liar.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, both of our dogs are pretty spoiled. All of our dogs, I have a feeling.
Have you guys had any weird pets? Like if any of you guys say snakes, you're getting out of here right now.
Gross.
That's nasty.
My dad's terrified of snakes.
Yeah, me too. Snakes and mice, I will run. One
Oh,
time we were in a storage shed, or in our backyard storage shed, and I was getting something out, and I could hear them, like one or two, and like, and I stood on a 5-gallon bucket, and I called Aaron on my phone, and I was like, "You need to come out here. There's mice somewhere out here."
Oh my god.
I need help.
Cats growing up, remember?
That's gross. That is disgusting. That makes me not want to hug her. That is seriously like appalling.
That is
Like,
funny.
that's like not taking your trash out and keeping it in your living room.
They're black and white.
It's like the same level
You know
of
what I don't
nasty.
like?
What?
Cats.
Really? I'm allergic.
I'm not allergic, and I don't hate them. I just don't like them.
I don't like.
Like, you don't prefer.
I don't
So-
prefer.
So you won't pet if you're at a friend's. You do.
Yeah.
You give them that
Yeah.
look.
Yeah.
Okay, go away. And then it comes up to you
And
because you
then
pet
they
it.
really
you're
like you. Yeah, I think they like know that you don't like them because they're just like,
And they walk all fancy to you like that one doesn't like me.
yeah, literally.
I'm the same way, but I guess my parents have a cat. But that in the shop. That's
Yeah.
because someone dropped off 16 of them at the end of Kelvin's driveway in a cage, and I'm like, "Mom, I need to bring these cats home."
Of course.
Yeah, so they got stuck with 2 cats, and then the one that my mom picked was a pregnant cat, and we had more cats, and just kept going on and on. It's wonderful.
So you got chop cats.
Yeah. Couple.
What's your biggest ick owning a business?
Oh,
If you got to think on it, we can come back to it.
yeah, we might have to come back.
I have so many. No, just like when people come in and be like, "Oh, is this for like teenagers?" When like there's so much more in the store, and they just look at like the first rack or something.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's not just for teenagers. Or like if someone says, "Oh, this is so expensive," like,
So that's hard too, and I'll touch on this briefly because I had done a podcast with Greg Paschal with Lethal Archery Solutions, and I got new cables put on, new strings put on my bow this year, and he said, "Well, we did a podcast. I'll give you this off." I'm like, "Look, I'm your friend. I wouldn't go to Menards to somebody I don't know and ask for a discount.
Yeah.
Why would I ask for a discount to my own friend?" So without saying anything, I sent him because I knew 25 plus whatever he gave. So I sent him the full, and he's like, "Dude, why'd you
Yeah.
pay me more?" And I said, "If anything, your friends should be valuing your business and your price tags before anybody."
yeah, I agree.
I do agree also. 100%.
Do you get that question? Yeah, and we're not knocking on anybody out there that's asked.
No, I know.
It's just I'm saying it for if you've done it before, maybe think about it again from what we're saying.
And I think that the most, like, for her and I at least, we're only just starting.
Yeah,
It'd be different if I was, into this for like 5-10 years.
20.
Literally, I wanted to.
But that's some of your most important years. If you don't make it through your first month, you don't have month 2. If you don't make it through your first year, you don't have a second year.
Yeah.
And you don't want to ever go down by your own friends' mistakes, or I guess it'd be your own. But then it's hard. It's so awkward to tell them no or
I know. And it makes
sorry.
you feel so bad.
Yeah, and then I have that same problem where like I'll say a price of something and they're like, "Oh, geez," and then I'm like, "Oh, wait." I always just feel like, "Oh my gosh, this is just so weird." It makes me feel awkward and like, "Oh, are my prices too high?" But then you'll have someone come in and buy like a whole bunch of stuff, and you're like, "Well, obviously it can't be
Right.
that bad." But
And I think in a town like this, not like this, a town of this size, on a Saturday or Sunday, you're also paying for the convenience of not having
Yeah.
to go to Eau Claire or La Crosse or the cities,
Yeah.
and buy nicer clothes.
Yeah.
So I think we were talking about that on the way up, we think you have very nice clothes applicable to this town,
yeah,
I do too.
but the people that are expecting a discount,
I
Just
have
triggers me.
like people who will get a dumpster and then they need another one and they're like, "Whoa, I can't.
I get the second one free.
Yeah. Is there
I
a discount?
asked.
No, but like
But I asked because and I didn't, but that was my own choice. But
no, yeah, but like I'm just thinking of this one specific time. I'm not gonna continue
Right.
go
Yep.
deep into it, but it's like yeah.
but I also asked because I value your guys' business.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say, hey, or where they run the situation where they're like, hey, pick that up, drop back off
Yeah.
for another charge, right?
Yeah.
Because if not, no, I'm not dropping it back off.
Yeah. And that's the thing is the dumpster and the prices isn't based on, the time. So we have a 2-week rental period. If
Sure.
you want it longer, there's an extra time. If you want it shorter, you just call and I come pick it up.
Yep.
It's not any cheaper because the pricing is all based off of weight.
Right. How much tonnage you're throwing away.
Yeah. So, and then it's like, well, if I have it for one day, is that gonna, it's like, and I always explain that exact same thing is it's not based off of time, it's based off
tonnage.
of the weight
Yep.
that's being put in there.
But I thought you guys' was pretty good because I don't know if you want to share or not, but like if the first time we rented through you guys, you said it's X amount of dollars, and then if you're over that, it was like
Yep.
X amount of dollars, and it was not.
So one dumpster includes this much amount of weight, tonnage. Afterwards, it's X amount of dollars per ton prorated.
But I thought it was pretty good to add
Yeah.
on weight, and then I was like, well, I'm curious. I said, how much do we have? And you're like, oh, you were like 1,000 pounds, so we were like
Yeah.
1,000 under the allotted, so you can fit a lot of stuff in there.
But then there's some people, one time, you allow 3 ton. Well, then they told me I don't even know, whatever. They told me that I need to have lines on the dumpster to tell you how much tonnage. And I was like,
It's a great thought if you're not thinking about
see,
it.
thank you. I was literally like, okay, so you're going to go fill the whole dumpster with feathers, and then the next time you're going to fill it with
Right.
rocks? What's the difference?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my
literally.
gosh.
I was just like, ugh.
The icks of owning a business.
And then I had to try to explain it kindly.
Kindly.
My dad's like, now you can't say that. I'm like, well, what can I say? Because nothing, because it was through email. So people can like take anything you say and mix it something
Oh,
else.
yes.
It's the
Oh,
worst.
yes. Absolutely.
That's the worst thing about,
And make it their own version of what you said based on what tude they thought you had.
yeah. And this is also different. Texting, social media, I get it. It helps businesses, but it kind of sucks, honestly. Like,
Elaborate, please. Please.
like,
Because that was my last podcast about social media, and we touched on the fact that it can really help
Yeah.
small businesses. But I'm sure there's a hurt
well,
to it, too.
Yeah.
Like,
I think like the hurt part is like relationships. Social media, even friendships, any sort of relationship.
absolutely.
But the pro, so like I even thought to myself, oh, I'm just going to delete, Facebook or Instagram for a while. And then it's like, well, I can't because
Yeah.
I have to put stuff on Facebook for my roll-off company.
Yep. I think you can do the business suit now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an app. But when I deleted my Facebook, because I did the same thing, I was like, I just need to cleanse myself of drama.
Yeah.
And I guess not just drama, but man, there's so many more hours in the day that you don't realize you have
That
if you
freaking-
just look up.
Phone screen percentage thing every week. Oh, you're. Do you have that on
Yeah,
yours?
it was so nice because like when I did it, I was like, Aaron, mine was like an hour and a half. What was yours? Oh, I'm not telling you.
5 hours.
5, 7. It's like,
It was like 9, probably.
sheesh.
No,
She does.
less
I'll
than
give
9.
her the benefit of that she's editing pictures on her phone.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't do that on her phone.
TikToks.
She got rid of TikTok.
I
But
should get rid of TikTok.
Instagram has Reels. Oh yeah, TikTok's like deadly that way.
Yeah, TikTok
as
can
far
be very
as-
bad. But for like
Yeah.
the store,
Yeah.
I always like try to make funny ones now.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this actually, I don't know if you've seen the one that I just made with Kate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, things retailers hate or something.
Sure.
And it was like Kate walking in and I said, hi, how are you? And she goes, I'm just looking. Like just funny ones like that. Actually, like things that happen in the store.
That's what you call
Yeah.
nice nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, but then like you think about what businesses are capable. I mean, before it used to be you spent your money on getting your name and number in the telephone book
Yeah.
or in the paper. And
I did.
that's
I
how you
still do that.
advertise. Do you really?
Yeah. Yep, I have it in home pages, so it's like something that gets sent
Mm-hmm.
out to Mondovi, Rock Falls, and like the area.
Which, that's your business.
Yeah.
I mean, your closest one
Yeah.
at least.
I used to use the Add to Light,
Yep.
but I actually
Is that the Sunday?
it's the paper out of Strum. I don't know when
Oh.
it comes, once a week.
Sure. It's like an advertisement paper, though.
And then I mean it has everything else
Yep.
in it, like in a newspaper.
But I
It's
feel-
crazy how much like the newspaper actually does help too.
Really?
Because I was like, when I had my grand opening, I was front page of it, and then
Yep.
like I had so
Sure.
many people like come in and be like, "Oh, I seen you in the newspaper." I'm
Oh,
like,
cute.
"Oh my gosh, really?" Like I didn't really. I mean,
Definitely a generation thing, too, because, I mean, where I work, there's a paper there. When the paper comes out, somebody had brought it to work, and then we all
yeah,
flipped through it.
yeah,
I think for me it's different. I don't think that the Add to Light helped that much. But
Really?
I only did like a little ad, where all the businesses do it. I
Sure.
didn't like do a huge thing,
Right.
but we do just fine. We use the Google ads.
Yep.
So that helps.
Have you ever done, like, a TikTok or anything for it?
I've thought about it, but I'm like,
I think that could be
"Oh."
fun.
TikToks
Especially-
are fun to make at the store. Like honestly, I like it,
And, I mean, when you're thinking about it, I mean, you are working.
and
I
it's
know.
crazy
I mean, I don't
because
know if you have time for that, but
I know.
yeah, it's crazy because like TikTok is like the top app right now. So
TikTok is?
well, I mean, a lot of people use it. So I don't know. I always see.
think so, too.
See, I got rid of it, but, like, I don't know. My mom will send me some sometimes.
Yeah, see,
My
everyone
mom got
uses
on
it.
But, like, it's about chickens, because I love chickens.
Yeah.
And, like, like the chicken table and fruit swing and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's crazy, like the amount of people that are on.
But I feel like we don't have enough discipline as a society to just have, like, so how we monitor our kids with Xbox. We don't have that same monitor for ourselves with social media. And I felt like if we could have that, I think it'd be probably an okay thing.
I know. I know.
My one
I
friend said,
actually-
if you shut it down for a day, people will be running on the streets because they can't get on. And I remember it happened. Didn't something happen? Was it Verizon or maybe Facebook glitch for like a day, and people were like,
I remember
I can't get
Facebook.
on. Like, is anybody else having problems? I can't get. Does anybody else? They were using other social media to
It's like,
figure out if it was them or not.
Yeah.
wait, why? Why is that even a thing,
We've let it. We've let it. But I cut you off. I'm sorry. Do you remember what you were gonna say?
Nope.
I apologize.
That's okay. It'll maybe come back to me.
We're waiting.
Oh, God. Yeah.
But yeah, I think like you do fun things like TikTok and stuff, and maybe people actually see your side of the things too. Like the one you posted on Facebook, I believe, about the lifeguard. Somebody, I think in Oliva, did
That
that.
was
That was funny.
I know. I thought it was, what did it say? No dumpster
Lifeguard.
diving.
Yeah.
Something, no lifeguard on duty. I was like, I know it's like,
You didn't see that?
it's kind of like nerdy to get giddy about it because it's a dumpster, but it's funny.
It's
I
funny, and
think.
then I'm sure, I don't know how it happens, but if somebody were to get hurt in it,
Yeah.
and then they got a point, and if they were dumping glass or sharp,
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever.
You'd be surprised the amount of people that go dumpster diving.
Oh gosh.
But have you ever seen the social media stuff? Like, I think I ran through
Yeah.
it on YouTube Shorts. People like making a living, like thrift sale people.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your thoughts on that? Is
Well-
that okay?
I mean, I don't care what you do.
But it's kind of weird, like you're throwing it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well, I will say this, and this is also a little bit weird, but it's not weird at the same time. Because, like 3M, their semis will come into the landfill.
Sure.
Brand new boxes of stuff. Like painter's tape, sticky notes, pens, markers.
Yeah, you called me so excited.
Brand new in a box. They're not dirty. They're not because,
Expired or.
yeah, it's just because their pallet broke or something.
So we both worked at Menards, DC before, and we won't say the building, but and there was no like getting away, like people taking it, but like they would literally dump off like a steel dumpster full of gun safes.
Oh, dang.
or toolboxes, like rolling toolboxes, because they had a little spot on it, and they could only they have a restore or a surplus store, but they could only fit, so many of those items. They can't hold everything forever.
Yeah.
But it was sad. I was like, too bad there's not maybe like people that are transitioning back into civilian life from jail, or what do you call it? Or veterans, looking to start, transitioning to civilian life, or rehabilitation, drug rehabilitation, that they could use that for their own, not the gun safes, but like the toolboxes, of like, maybe even it's a trade school,
Right.
but like just the stuff that we would see just getting tossed. And it wasn't because the employees, that's what they were supposed to be doing.
Right.
And it was just mind-boggling.
Yeah, that's.
And we had to walk through security in and out. There's no.
Couldn't take it.
Right. You couldn't ask, like, hey, I could use this at home. Can I have? No, absolutely not.
That's
Because,
crazy.
well, they get their X amount of dollars for scrap metal.
Oh, right.
So that's their return.
Right.
I'm guessing that's the little bit I know from working there, but it was absolutely insane to watch everything just get thrown. It's sad.
What? Is that my phone? It's your brother.
Oh.
I'm in trouble.
So, well, we can wrap this up. We're about an hour right now.
Oh, wow.
We're going fast.
That went faster
Yeah.
than the first 20 minutes. I would say it wasn't even a bad thing that happened, because now I was extra comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I definitely agree. The conversation went pretty smooth. So I want to appreciate you guys for being on.
Thanks
Thank
for having
you guys.
us.
Yeah.
I think you guys are doing excellent in the small business world.
Thanks.
And you guys do great. I'm not going to say I'm proud of you because that sounds weird, but I'm proud of you, both of you guys.
Thank you.
You guys both have excelled. So without further ado, thank you guys. This is Podcast 005.